Hello buddy, welcome to my channel Billionaire No.1. Today is the topic how to save your money, how to make billions, and you listen to me first. First of all, it's very important not to waste your money. It's very important to keep the money. That is a fundamental rule to make money. I mean really big shit money, you feel me? The case is if you wanna make real big shit money, the case is you need to understand there are three certain rules to make money. Rule number 2, make money. Rule number 2, save money. Rule number 3, care about rule number 2. That's basically the fact to make money and to receive billions of money. You need to have a certain pattern, a business structure to make big money. You know, the very first thing to make big money, let's take an example. If we let's take a famous billionaire named Donald Trump. I'm not a big fan of Donald Trump. I would never vote for Donald Trump, but the case is he's a big ass billionaire. He has a business structure. You know, everybody knows who Donald Trump is. He owns a business structure of, let's say, 100 businesses, and which means he receives money on certain levels, whether it is his show Apprentice or his casino or hotels or his beauty pageant. He licenses his name to several other brands. Let's say, for example, he licenses his name to a company blah 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 who does clothes, and he licenses his name to a water manufacturer, and so he receives money on a multiple level, and the only thing he does is to control all those numbers. That's basically the fact. And I owe a structure of, let's say, 50 businesses, and basically I do controlling, and that's basically the fact. But how to receive big ass money? You know, you need to start to work at a very early age to save your money. It took me 23 years to reach the level of a billionaire. I'm now 35. And I tell you what, I started to work at the age of 12 and make my very first millions at the age of 19. And you know, at the age of 19, I had, like, let's say 1.2 millions or whatever. It's been a while ago, and so I invested my whole money in a house project, and so I was able to receive that money back. And later, at the age of 24, I sold the complete house, you know, to improve my wealth. And it does take times, and things never happen overnight. You need to work, you need to stick to your idea. I mean, stick to your idea. Whatever people say around you, stick to your idea. It doesn't make sense to listen to all those people around. If you watch constantly YouTube or watch constantly television, it doesn't make any sense, you know, so you're never gonna receive something back from them. So you need to spend your time with billionaires, only with billionaires, I tell you. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it. If you waste your time with, let's say, so-called normal people who bring you down all the time, you're never gonna make it. You know, if you spend your time with losers, you end up being a loser. If you spend your time with winners, you end up being a winner. So if you spend your time with billionaires, you end up as a billionaire. But how to spend your time with a billionaire? I suggest for very first, start reading books. For example, every billionaire has written a book. Donald Trump has written a book. Warren Buffett has written a book. Bill Gates has written a book. Everybody has written a book. So you start to read all those books written by billionaires, and I tell you, I promise that is a true promise. If you start reading all those books, you're gonna realize a pattern, a certain psychological pattern, how to achieve the goal to become a billionaire. A certain pattern means you start to think then inner structure of a billionaire, and you gonna model as him. You're gonna play the role as, sorry, please listen to me, you're gonna waste your money very carefully. That's the point to become a billionaire. You're gonna realize what it means to be a billionaire. It's like, it's only a psychological pattern that reflects your ability to keep the money and to improve your money. That's basically the fact. So in my case, for example, I live only in my billionaire world. It's not that I do not go out. I do go out for a walk, but never ever, I would never ever talk, let's say, waste my time with so-called normal people. I do not go to normal people, I do not go to places where normal people waste their time, so I'm not disrespectful. I'm very, I'm very polite, but there are certain rules in life you have to follow, otherwise you're not gonna make it a big ass billionaire, you feeling me? Now, what I want you to do today is go to a library or a bookstore and start reading a book. Written by Donald Trump, written by Warren Buffett, written by Robert Kiyosaki. Now he's a millionaire, but it makes sense in your case maybe to read also books written by millionaires. So because you're not gonna end up as a billionaire tomorrow, it does take time. You feeling me? You're gonna feel the very first result within, let's say, 3 months. After, to be precise, after 3 months, you're gonna see a result. Otherwise, so it takes time. It's like, if you do sport exercises, for example, it takes time to grow a muscle. So it does take time to grow, financially, which means, for example, in my case, it took me 23 years to reach that point. I'm worth, let's say, 1.3 billions. I'm a very small size billionaire, and there are even bigger people. Let's say, for example, Bill Gates. He's the biggest billionaire on planet Earth, I guess, or second, or whatever. And Mr. Warren Buffett is on third place, and there's another guy, what is his name? Sheldon Adelson, he's one of my favorite billionaires. Sheldon Adelson, he's the owner of many casinos in Las Vegas, and I remember watching an interview with him on YouTube, and he was saying like something during the period when everything went down, I lost each minute $1,000. You feeling me? $1,000. He lost every minute $1,000. Can you believe it? Which means in 60 minutes he lost $60,000. So, and he wasn't bankrupt. You feeling me? And listen to all those people. It's all about changes. Change your life immediately. Change your life drastically. Do not waste your time with those people who tries to bring you down. If you cut you cut them off, that's basically it, and then start immediately to read books. You shouldn't waste your time with them. If you have any kind of questions, you're welcome to ask me. If you like, share my videos or whatever, and I'm gonna do many of those, and I want to share my experience to become a billionaire. I mean, a bigger billionaire. My goal is to have $365 billion. You feeling me? $365 billion. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out. Thanks. Bye bye.